Video, we're going to discuss exactly what syncs over to QuickBooks Online when creating something on Ivy. In this example, we're going to talk about an invoice. It's important to understand that an invoice is actually made up of many third-party elements. These third-party elements are entities that exist in lists outside of the invoice. For example, Bobby's Malibu Mansion is a project that exists in my project list. All of the products and services that I add are also products and services that exist in my products and services list. At the bottom here, the California sales tax here, for example, is a sales tax that exists in my sales tax list. So when creating an invoice, you're actually pulling existing entities from outside lists and combining them onto the invoice. This is important when understanding how things sync over to QuickBooks Online. So to show this as an example, we're going to add a brand new product to our products and services list, and we're going to go ahead and add that to the invoice here. By clicking Add a New Product, I can go ahead and view all of the products in my products and services library, and I can of course also add a new product. Here, if we add a new product called Yellow Sofa, we're going to create a new item in my products and services library, in my products and services list, called Yellow Sofa, and we're going to add it here. The same goes for category. If we choose category furniture, that's coming from a list of categories that we already have set up on our system. Okay? Same thing with vendors. We're choosing from a list of vendors associated with that item, which of course will also carry over to QuickBooks Online when using this item on a purchase order. Okay? We'll go ahead and fill in just a few more details. And we'll click on Save. Here we have our yellow sofa that we added to as a line item to our invoice. And we're going to go ahead and click on Save and see how this actually carries over to QuickBooks Online. While this is saving, it's important to understand that the different elements of this invoice all had to be created on QuickBooks before QuickBooks could do the same thing that Ivy just did. Remember, we have the customer, the items, the categories, the sales tax. We pulled all of these existing elements to create this invoice IN12245. So in QuickBooks, the same thing has to happen. The item has to get created if it doesn't already exist. If the customer doesn't already exist, it has to get created. If the category of furniture doesn't exist, it has to get created. And of course, the sales tax rate, if it doesn't exist, has to get created. So when Ivy sends this information over to QuickBooks Online, it goes through a number of things on a checklist. It checks if the customer exists. If yes, it will use the existing customer. If not, it will create it. The same is true for items, categories, and so on. So let's go look at QuickBooks Online to see that this indeed came over with all of the relevant information. By clicking Refresh on QuickBooks, it'll see if there's anything new on the QuickBooks account. And here we go, under Robert Jenkins, we indeed see invoice IN-12245. And so as you can see, everything from Ivy, including the document number, gets carried over so you have a one-to-one sync. And just to go over how this is viewed in QuickBooks, here we've got the furniture as the category, the name of the product, the same description that we added together, the rate, the quantity, of course, Robert Jenkins is our customer, and so on. In this specific QuickBooks account, I do not have sales tax turned on, but if I did, you would see California sales tax listed right here as everything from Ivy carries over one-to-one.